Hi, and welcome to this HydroCAD video. Today we're going to be covering AutoCAD Workspaces, how to create them, back them up, save them, recover them, and transfer them. So let's get into AutoCAD. I'm in my drawing, in my AutoCAD 2024. You'll see here that I have Service Pack 1 on here. So I'm version U119 and it's 2024.1. And while it doesn't matter, my version of HydroCAD is 57.06 revision 3. Everything we're going to talk about today is AutoCAD based. So nothing regarding to HydroCAD at all. So first off, when you first install HydroCAD, this is the default workspace that it uses. If you click on this list here, down here, you'll see an icon that looks like a gear. That's your workspace switching. Right now, I'm currently in the HydroCAD standard workspace. You can see them a little bit better if you click on Customize, and you can see these are the 4 different workspaces that are currently set up. And right now, the current workspace is HydroCAD standard. You can also set one as your default workspace. We'll see that in a moment. Okay, so first off, let me edit my workspace so that I can save it with a different name. So right now I have my workspace set up. HydroCAD comes with that toolbar pre-doc. That's the, I believe, the collaboration toolbar. This is the AutoCAD or HydroCAD layer toolbar. We'll leave that one alone. I'm going to get rid of this one. This is the HydroCAD 3D modeling toolbar. I'll get rid of that. I will add a couple works toolbars in here. So first off, I'm going to right click here. I'll go and add the layers 2 toolbar. I like that one a lot. And you'll see this is the one that got added right here. I will add the AutoCAD viewports toolbar. It's off screen, so it's a little bit south of here. It's on my other screen, so I'll click on that and it loaded up. It loaded up this toolbar. And finally, I'll load up another one for the AutoCAD O snaps. So let's turn that one on, Object Snap, and that will turn on this toolbar right here. So let's rearrange these a little bit better. So I like layers grouped together. This is the HydroCAD layers toolbar. This is my viewports toolbar, and this is my AutoCAD OSNAP toolbar. I'll also add a couple toolbars down here. Again, if I right click a clear area next to where a toolbar would be, and you scroll through this list. Now my list is off screen, but there's one south of where my mouse is called sizing tools. I'm going to turn that toolbar on, and you can see this is the one that got loaded here. And finally, I'll turn on one more called Pipe Sizes Imperial. That's this toolbar here, and I will load that up. So these are the extra toolbars that I want loaded up. So let's dock these next. Okay, I will move the AutoCAD Draw toolbar from the left side to the right side. So these are kind of grouped together, Draw and Modify for AutoCAD. And on my left side of the screen, I want to show my Properties palette. So if I click on Properties, you'll see the Properties palette comes up and it might be floating for you. I like to dock mine, so I'll allow docking and I'll anchor it to the left side. And I also like to dock my Layer Properties palette as well. So I will right click this, I can allow docking and I'll anchor it to the left side. So now I have these 2 palettes on my left side. All right, so everything is the way that I love it, and I'm going to save this now. So I'm going to go to the drop down list here for my workspaces, and I will click save current as. So I normally like to remember when I saved that workspace last. So today is November 11th, 2023. I'm sorry, November 1st, 2023. So I'll type that in, I'll click save. And now you'll see that is a new toolbar in my list here where I had 4 previously, now I have 5. One more thing that you'll want to do if you're not worrying about transferring it just yet, you might want to make this your default workspace. So I will right click this and select set default. And what we're doing now is we're telling AutoCAD that when you open, this is the workspace to open up to. So that way you don't have to constantly keep coming back here and switching them every time you open AutoCAD. All right. So once this is done, I will click OK. Now, we're going to do 2 things here. I want to show you which file that was, and that's going to be important when we run an update and if you need to transfer this workspace to another computer. And that file is saved in your C drive. Let me start from the beginning here. So I'm going to go to my computer. my C drive. I'll click on HES, HydroCAD, Ver50, Programs, and since I'm running AutoCAD 21, 22, 23, or 24, I'm going to go to my version 57 folder. In here, there's a file called HCAD Win. And that's this file right here. You'll see that it was last updated at 10:51. It's still 10:51, so that would make sense that I made a change to my database. This is the file that you want to work with or save or back up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one file. Our next goal is to copy this workspace to another computer. I want to make sure I take this file and I copy it to a different computer. So I will do that. I will throw in a thumb drive. I'll copy it to my thumb drive, or I'll throw it up on the network, and then I'll jump over to the other computer. So I'll be back in a moment on the other computer. Stand by. So here we go. I'm on the other computer now. I'm on computer number 2, and I want to take that workspace from computer 1 and bring it over to this one. To prove that I'm on computer 2, I'll come here and you'll notice that I only have the default 4 workspaces available. Let's start the process of doing that. Now, what I've done is I've taken that CUIX file that I mentioned previously and I copied it to the desktop of this computer. So let's go merge that workspace into this current setup of AutoCAD. So I'll go back to this workspace switching tool here, and I'm going to go to my Customize button here. And in here, I am in the Customize tab, but I want to switch to the Transfer tab. And in here, once I'm in Transfer, this left panel represents the current computer or the current AutoCAD CUI file. You'll see it listed here. On the right side, this is where I want to load up the CUI file from the other computer. So I'm going to go to Open, and I'm going to navigate to my desktop. And here's the CUIX file that I copied from computer 1. I'll click Open. And you'll notice that it has a 5th workspace in here. And this is what I want to copy over to this session of AutoCAD. So all I have to do is just highlight this and drag it from the workspaces section over to the other workspaces section. I'll have people try to drag it here and I'll get an email saying, hey, I'm getting a red circle in there. That's because you have to drag it into workspaces. So when I drag it into workspaces, then you'll see it show up here. Now, the second thing I want to do is I want to make sure I make it my current workspace. So if I right click, I'll tell it to set it as my current. And finally, I want to set it as my default as well. So I'll click those two, I'll click Apply, and I'll click OK. And now this looks a little different, and this looks just like I had it on the other computer. The only difference is a few things, like my AutoCAD background is not pure black, and my crosshairs are not the full screen like I like them. So I just have to go fix those things. But there you go. That's how you can get a workspace from one computer to another computer. Now, similarly, let me show you what you want to do if you run an update for HydroCAD. So what we always recommend is before you run the update, save your workspace. So hopefully before you run that update, you would have come here, you would have just done a save current as, dated it, and saved it, and there you go. Now, when you go and run an update, what will happen is it'll come back with just these 4 workspaces, the HydroCAD ones, and you won't see your custom workspace in there, even if you're on the same computer. So this is how you recover it. We're going to go to Customize. We'll have to go to Transfer. We'll have to go to Open. And instead of the CUI file being, on your desktop or whatever, we're going to navigate to the HES folder, HydroCAD, Ver50, Programs, version 57, and there will be a backup folder in here. So if I click on backup, you'll see the date and time of your update. So I ran an update at 9:47 a.m. I'll double click on this one. That's today's update. I can then open this. I'll click open, and it's the same concept where I would just drag it from the right side over to the left side. And you just copy it over there, and once you set it up, you're good to go, and you'll have your workspace ready to go for you after running a HydroCAD update. I hope this video has been helpful for you. If you have any other questions or comments, please let us know. Thank you for watching.